So hello, fifth day of the end of code. Let's get rolling. Um, Fifth exercise. Let's go. So you board your plane only to discover a new problem. You drop your boarding pass. Oh no. You're unsure which seat is yours, and all of the flight attendants are busy with a flood of people that suddenly made it through passport control. You write a quick program to use your phone's camera to scan all the nearby boarding passes. Your Python input. First, you can find your seat through process of elimination. Instead of zones or groups, this airline uses binary space partitioning. Yeah, sure. Like this is ever gonna be a thing. Oh man. To seat people. A seat might be specified like F so a seat might be specified like FBF, BBFF, RLR, where F means front, B means back, L means left, R means right. The first 7 characters will be F or B. These specify exactly one of the 128 rows on the plane, number 0 through 127. Each letter tells you which half of a region the given seat is in. Okay. Start with the whole list of rows. The first letter indicates whether the seat is in the front. So I guess this is that's the most significant letter. Or the back. Then the second letter splits that space in half. The second letter indicates which half of that region the city is in, and so on until you're left with exactly one row. Okay. For example, consider just the first 7 characters of FB blah 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 blah. Start by considering the whole range, rows 0 through 127. F means lower half, so 0 through 63. B means upper half, so rows 32 through 63. F means lower half, so 32 through 47. And B means upper half, so rows 40 through 47. B means row 44 through 47. F keep rows 44 through 45. The final F keeps the lower of the two, row 44. So that's interesting. That's interesting. I need my Python interpreter. Also, let me put that back up. So how do you do binary stuff in Python? Is it 0b 011? Nice. So zero B front, back, front, back, back, front, front. 83. Y. Oh no, wait, because that's a different example. Where is it? No. F B F B B F. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 bits. So shouldn't be like if it's all ones. Yeah, 127. Oh, did I fail at typing? One zero one zero zero 1 1. Why did it give me 83? So sorry. So upper half. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Wait, what? The first letter indicator where the city is in the front, 0 to 63. Oh, fuck. Okay. I mixed up front and back. For some reason, I assumed front would be high bit. So that's 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Yeah, that makes. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Yes, because this is an even number, so the last bit in any case has to be even. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 44. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, I failed completely because I'm assumed front, back. Yeah, that's airplanes. That, like, this is actually correct. Makes total sense. Okay, we're there. So the last three characters will be either left or right. These specify one of the 8 columns of seat of the plane, number 0 through 7. Okay. The same process as above. Blah, blah, blah. Again, but this time only with 3 steps, with only 3 bits. Means to keep the lower half, while R means to keep the upper half. Sure. Okay, you know what? Let's say sanity check this just to make sure. So that's gonna be 0B 0 right, left, right. 2. Is that it? No. Oh my god. 0B 101 5. Okay, so got it wrong again. You found the trick. Did I find the trick? I mean, isn't it kind of a tell? Like the extremes, they do smell like powers of 2. Everything smells like powers of 2. You slice everything in half. Like these numbers here, 63, 47. Like you end up with either one or not. I don't know. It seems kind of. I think they were kind of telling you this is binary. I'm sure they could have made it harder for people to understand if they wanted to. So the last 3 characters will be either left or right. They could have employed some of the tricks from Frank's talk about elliptic curves and redefining operations over weird spaces. Oh, they put binary. Holy shit! You're right. Yeah, you're right. Although I think that this is, if I remember correctly, this is like one of those. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I think I watched a video from, who was it? CGP Grey, maybe, about different, more proper algorithms for putting people on an airplane than what they do with zones and stuff. I thought this was a reference to that, and maybe it is, or maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know. In any case, so decoding, blah 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 means row 44, column 5. Okay, every seat also has a unique seat ID. Multiply the row by 8, and then add the column, of course. Here are some other boarding passes. As a sanity check, look through your list of boarding passes. What is the highest seat ID on a boarding pass? Okay. Copy. Let's go. I should unmute these IRSSI messages here. Micro source / day day 5. Let's go. Also tab open source / seats day 5 txt. Oh no, I need to copy everything again. Okay. const passes equals embed file it's underscore day 5 txt. So how do we do this? We know how big they are. We can tokenize on a new line. Do I know how to replace stuff in micro? I'm so tempted to do search replace. And then make everything 001s immediately. Let's resist the temptation. So var it equals std mem.tokenize tokenize, I think it's the type, then passes, and then I might be misremembering, but and then we just want to tokenize on a new line. I don't think there's any other separator that we care about. While it.next is as new lines. What do we do with a line? We need to split it in two, but we also need to how do we do this? You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna prepare two buffers. So var row of type array of 8 u8s is undefined. Var seed. No, it's not 8, it's 7, right? 7 bits. Yeah, it's ASCII. 3, I believe. 3 u8s. Undefined. And so for each bit in row, for each bit in row, I is what we do. We do row.star. We set row to if or which line position I case f was 0, case b was 1. You know what? There shouldn't even be an else case, but else unreachable. Then we do same, but with the other one. So it is going to be basically the same. Seed. We switch line. What is it? Row dot len. And do 7. Yeah. Row dot len plus I. And if it's right, I don't remember which is which. Was right 0? Right means upper half, so right means 1. Okay. Left, right. Okay. And then we do. So if I had an easier way of setting individual bits inside a number, I wouldn't have to go through all these messing around with strings. The problem is I don't know how to create like a U3 and then set individual bits inside the U3. I would like to be able to do that, but I don't know how. And I think we saw that some of these operations are kind of weird and buggy, so I'm not even getting close to those to that branch at all. So that's why I'm staying comfy in the play around with strings. Bit shift operator. Yeah, I can shift everything, I know, but so here's the thing. I don't want to do the shift because there's a small chance that I get it wrong, honestly. But more than that is what I would like to do is really address bits individually, which I know could be possible with U3 types and stuff, but I can't. But I think you're right. The shift operator would work. You shift every round and then either add one or not, I guess. I don't want to do that. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do then const row num is try std and t.parseInt. I don't remember the signature of parseInt. I used it yesterday and I already forgot the signature of parseInt. Okay, type buffer radix. Okay, I just want super sure. U8 row base 2. Seed number passing seed. Print it ID. Well, I don't want the seed ID. Wait. So we're doing this for each row, and here's what we do. Const max seed ID view size. It's 0. And here what we do is const seed ID is I'm being so inconsistent with variable names, but whatever. Seed ID is row num times 8 plus seed num. And then what do we do? Ah, you didn't see the percent coming. It's so I really wanted to go for the route of I want to set individual slots inside my binary representation and then somehow obtain the final number. And by the way, I think that you are right. Probably the bit shift operator is the way to go for making it like efficient, and it's not the end of the world. But I really wanted to go for that route, and since I don't feel like I can manage to do it with native numbers, I went for the string representation route. So seed ID plus it num. And also wait, this parseInt is why did I say U8? This is not the type. This is the type that I want back, not not the type of that I'm putting in use size. Okay, so seat ID, and then if seat ID is greater than max seat ID, then max seat ID equals seat ID. At the end, print max. So this should be good, I think. Okay, unexpected type, constituent found type. Okay, I don't know how to use tokenize, I'm dumb. Do you not specify, does it assume you ate? Makes sense. I don't know why I'm having these brain farts. Attempt to dereference non-pointer type U8. Oh yeah, that's not row, that's beat. Oh man, it's beat. Then parse int expected type function found 7U8. Oh yeah, right. For once we're not working with slices. For once we're working with proper arrays. Cannot assign to constant. Did I really make it? Why am I so dumb? Var 915. Wait, did I read that right? Yes. 915. Submit. Yay! Continue part 2. Part 2. Ding! The fasten seatbelt signs have turned on. Time to find your seat. Wow, it means that what the fuck? So there is no way the fasten, like, I don't know. Okay, that airplane is a mess. It's a completely full flight, so your seat should be the only missing boarding pass in your list. However, there's a catch. Some of the seats at the very front and back of the plane don't exist on this aircraft, so they'll be missing for your list as well. Your seat wasn't at the very front or the back though. The seats with IDs +1 and -1s from yours will be in your list. What is the ID of your seat? Holy shit. Okay, that's an interesting question. So how do we do this? How do we do this? So there is one ID that is missing, but the previous one was there, and the next one was there too. So I need a flag to tell me, well, first of all, are they ordered? I need to know if they are ordered. So we need to see if this thing is sorted. If it's not sorted, either we sort it or we need like an array of bools. Which might be the best choice anyway. Like let's see how many rows are there also. So 9, actually, yeah, we know from the editor. There are 869 rows. So you know what? Who cares if it's ordered or not? 869. So what should I do? Maybe I want to preserve this. Doesn't matter. Part 1. And part 2. Actually, it should be above. So So let me copy everything over. So we tokenize everything, but instead of max seat ID, we have var present seats is a 869 long Boolean array that one defined. Well, we can't set it to undefined because there will be things missing. We need to initialize it to false. This works, right? So this should work, I think. So we have 869 false. Now, every time, blah, 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 we find the seat ID. And what we do with the seat ID is we do present seats position seat ID. And we set it to true. Then at the end, we could even almost do it through visual inspection, but so at the end, what we want to do is for present seats. So we check all present seats, and we need some state. We need to say var previews bool. Previous equals false. Current equals false. So maybe these are bad names for this check, but so the idea is present seats for each seat, and we need also the index. If, oh yeah, so let's call them previous to, I don't know, what's the proper way of saying this in English? Yes, they're previous. That's not the right way. Previous. So yeah, so what we want to check is if yester previous was present. If yester previous and seat current one, then we return so worry. If yester previous was present, current one is present, and not previous. So you know what? Let me put this condition in the middle, because then I think it looks nicer. Yester previous is missing. Sorry, yester previous is present. Previous is missing. Present is present. Current is present. If so, we return I minus 1. And that's because previous then is a seat. And here, if we don't break out of this loop, panic. Oh no. That sounds about right. Is it that it? Oh, previous. Oh right, return. Why am I returning? Print seat ID blah 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 slash n I minus 1 return. Or actually, you know what? Break. What did I do? index out of bounds. I have an index out of bounds. So here's the thing that we need to keep in mind. I have an index out of bounds. This we can trust. The stack trace we cannot trust. The stack trace lies because we're on Apple Silicon and stack traces are broken. Hey, Matt. Yeah, don't worry. It's because I need to do this before showtime. Okay, so where could we be going out of bounds? What the hell? These can go out of bounds. That's the only. Well, no, also these can go out of bounds. But what? What? The new code cannot go out of bounds, can it? Oh, wait a second. Also, why am I not? Oh, I'm an idiot. So yes, the check is this. Congratulations. But we need to cycle everything. Why am I such an idiot? So if the condition doesn't match, then we need to make yester previous become previous and previous become seed. You know what? Let's go to current. Okay, now let's try to address the out of bounds access. How can I be accessing stuff out of bounds? Oh, I know why. I know why. Is this 169 wrong? Oh, you know why? This started line. Why is that? So you know what? Doesn't matter if this is longer. Let's do 870. Let's see if it's an off by one error somewhere. Although I have, okay, no, it's still index out of bounds. So I have to be careful because if it is an index out of, like an error, an off by one error somewhere, I kind of need to be careful about it. Do you want us to tell what it is? Oh no, is it something so dumb? There are gaps, so there are more than 869 entries. Right. That's a good point. Right, that's a good point. That's totally a good point. Thank you for telling me. 699. Is this gonna be it? That's the right answer. Yeah. I mean, thank you. There aren't that many. Yeah, I know, but who cares? That's well, maybe I do care a little bit because top I only have 16 gigs of RAM, so I can play this trick up to a certain point. But hey, thank you very much for pointing that out. Yeah, there are gaps, so of course then that count doesn't work. I needed to add my numbers a bit more. Yeah. So day 5 was completed. So how shameful was this solution that I used? I think I would say 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 in terms of shamefulness. We are doing a bunch of work just to translate L and R to their 0 and 1 representations. If this string was mutable, I could have made the mutation in place just by subtracting an offset, I guess. Still kind of shameful. And I think also this is kind of shameful. Like, but hey, it works. 10 out of 10 shamefulness. I don't know what 10 out of 10 shamefulness would look like, but I mean, I find it funny, like the somewhat rogue solutions you can come up with for these things. In any case, yeah, you're right. Yeah, like the numbers can only go up to 7 bits here, 3 bits there. Yeah, times 8 is like, yeah, issues. Yeah. You made it a lot more concise. Oh, I know. I never go for conciseness with these things. Have you seen what I did yesterday? Let me bring this up very quickly. Command O source day 04. No, day 04. So I did the passport thing, but look at what I did. I made my passport struct, and then what I do is that everything is comp time. Set evolve branch quota to Facton, and just use whatever I read from the message to do add field access to set the fields. And then this was the code for the first half. This section here. So this is the more proper check used later. This was the original check. I would set CAD to, I was always set CAD to something, and then check that none of the fields, again, through metaprogramming, is not null, and return false if so. And that's it. It required 1.5 gigabytes of memory to compile, and it took, I think, 4 minutes also to compile, and also it always ends up with a compile error because I have a compile log that tells me the final count. That was funny. So this also, somebody pointed out, iFreund pointed out that this didn't have to be everything at comp time. Like if you wanted to be less lazy, instead of just wrapping everything comp time, just need to wrap in comp time field accesses. Although to do that, you need an extra layer of string comparison checking, because field cannot depend on runtime data, and so you need to do it's probably a bit annoying to explain, but like you can make it work that way, and I think at that point it stops taking forever to compile. But hey, so yeah, so you don't need for loops. I really enjoyed the ParseInt solution though. Thank you. Yeah, that was, yeah, you're right also about that. Yeah, that's, anyway, rogue solutions. So that's it for today's advent of code. And so wow, it didn't took long. How long did it take? Less than 1 hour. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, everyone. Let's see what we can do. There's gonna be showtime later today, so please come back later. It's gonna start. So right now for me it's 5:30 p.m. It's gonna start in 1 hour and a half. So there's Matt Knight in chat who's going to present. And why are we not hanging out? I think I need to prepare for that. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I can do a little bit of work on stream. So actually, let me cut the recording for YouTube here. So bye YouTube. See you for the next advent of code.